Hi, my friends, and Happy New Year, my friends. It's your tour guide to the sci-fi side, me, Preston E. And the E stands for excited, because we're doing something a little different this year. We're going to, on the first and the third week of every month, take a look at the various volumes of Mystery Science Theater 3000. And I'm going to be doing this throughout the rest of this year, and probably in through the next year, and possibly the year following, and probably for the rest of my life. I think there's about 39 volumes and other Mystery Science Theater video odds and ends I'll do ratings on. But on this particular video, we're taking a look at Volume 1 of Mystery Science Theater 3000. We'll be taking a look at each movie presented on this collection, and most collections have 4 movies, and we'll be giving a rating for each individual riff movie. And then we'll give the whole collection an overall rating on a scale of 1 bone to 5 bones. 1 is a poor movie riffing, 2 is a fair one, 3 is a good one, 4 is a great one, and 5 is an excellent one. Then I'll force myself to do basic math and score each individual collection with a possible total score of 20 bones. This particular collection has the movies Catalina Caper, The Creeping Terror, Bloodlust, and Skydivers. Boogity, 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 let's go ratings! And if you're still with me after that insanely ungodly long introduction, God bless you. You're a saint. First up, we have Catalina Caper from Season 2. Joel and the Bots rip this musical mystery on the beach, but before this bad boy begins, we get a classic invention exchange as the Mads take something fun and make it evil with tank tops. Actually, that looks like a lot of fun to me, but I'm a bit of a pyromaniac. And Joe takes something evil and makes it fun with a bazooka tickler. It's how the war was fun. Looks like it could spice up a honeymoon, too. Anyhow, getting to the movie kicks off with a breezy little tune that accompanies the credits, letting us know we are in store for a movie starring Tommy Kirk and some dude named Jim Begg, Sue, Casey, Lyle, Wagner, Mike Blodgett. But fear not if you don't know who these people are, because I'm sure you'll know this man, Johnny B. Bad from WCW fame. No, wait, actually I think that's Little Richard. But Little Richard bows out pretty quickly after his musical number about porcelain thrones, Let's Do the Potty, or Party, and anyhow, it's just a quick distraction to delay the movie, which sees 2 surfer bros turned into detectives as they chase art thieves around the ground and under the sea. But who cares about all that when you got scantily clad bathing beauties and bonfires aplenty? Plus, don't forget the goofy pratfalls that are Three's Company approved for a 3 bones out of 5. Up next is The Creeping Terror from Season 6. Before we dive into this craptacular hellspawn piece of cinema, it's important to note the DVD has a very interesting documentary on a short film about The Creeping Terror's amazingly jerky director, A.J. Nelson, no relation to Mike, a.k.a. Vic Savage, no relation to the Macho Man. Ooh, no, dig it! And Vic Savage is a savage indeed. The extra itself about how Savage conned a whole town and disappeared partway through the filming of The Creeping Terror is far more interesting than anything in the movie, and is definitely worth a look. An actor in the movie named William Thornbury is also the financier who acquired remaining stock footage from the film and edited it to recoup investments from it. The movie itself is a dreadful slog to get through, even with the usual funny riffing of Mike and the Bots. And man, I do mean it, the film is painful to get through, with badly dubbed voices, large chunks of silent spots, and much narration breaking through the entire movie. The movie's paper-thin plot is pretty much this. Ugly, slug-like alien creature from space eats people in small-town America. Look for a previously mentioned financier, William Thornbury, playing Dr. Bradford. The movie is worth a look for the absolute ridiculous-looking monster that looks like a giant piece of carpet someone attached felt antennas to. It moves at such a glacial pace, any victims it eats deserves to die because they just weren't trying. I mean, many of the victims had to help the monster eat them by jumping into its mouth or whatever that is. The boyfriend of the woman who was making love under the tree was the smartest one in the film. He actually ran. I laughed out loud at the abandoning of his girlfriend after a brisk love-making session under the tree as she just laid there frozen for apparently being mesmerized by how ridiculous this thing actually looks. Or maybe she was just tired from the love-making, I don't know. Either way, she just adds to the early horror movie cliches that if you have sex in a horror movie, you will die. Score one for me, I never have sex. Anyway, moving on. Mike and the bots try their best with the beast, scoring good zingers like coochie coochie as the creature shakes what its mama gave it like Charo, but the movie still only gets 2 bones out of 5. Up next is Bloodlust, a 1961 horror thriller from Season 6 of MST3K. Bloodlust takes the plot of a Gilligan's Island episode and makes it even darker. Remember that Gilligan's Island episode where Gilligan is hunted by a twisted game hunter who wants the trophy of a man's head on his wall, namely Gilligan's head? Well, that sort of thing happens here too, but there is no Gilligan. However, we do get a young Mr. Brady as Robert Reed is now the hunted, as is his girl and another couple. Johnny, played by Robert Reed, falls into a pit, and the rest of his friends try to pull him out. However, they are all captured by Dr. Ballo and his servants. Dr. Ballo goes to hunt the couple for game in a game of survival. The plot is very familiar, and the movie isn't great, but it is serviceable, and is made better as always with the riffs of Mike and the Bots. Mr. Brady and the kids snag home a groovy 2 bones out of 5. And Green Acres is the place to be for some hell-spawn, homespun, back-breaking labor and torture over the summer for some unsuspecting kids in this short before the bloodlust called Uncle Jimmy's Dairy Farm. And finally, we have Skydivers, straight from Season 6 of Mystery Science Theater 3000. I've often spoke of Skydivers, and I do believe it's the best of the Coleman Francis films. It's certainly the best of the Francis 3 films shown in Mystery Science Theater 3000 Season 6. I know that's not saying a lot, but the movie moves at a pretty good pace, as the movie sees a couple running a skydiving business, where Frankie is far from the Employee of the Month, as he drinks on the job as an airplane mechanic. He is sacked, but still shows up to make trouble for the new airplane mechanic, Harry, as they believe Harry is messing with Frankie's love interest, Susie. However, it is Susie who has eyes for Harry. She's just wild about Harry, but Harry is not wild about her at all. Feeling angry by Harry's rebuffing of her advances, Susie gets the jealous Frankie to pour acid in Harry's parachute before Harry goes skydiving one night. Harry actually goes diving, or perhaps it's sky-dying, as he turns into a human pancake, kersplat. Mike and the Bots are here to mourn the death of Harry, with putting the fun in funeral, as this movie is minimum on the old pain scale and maximum on the merriment. To me, the movie is the best of the bunch, with a 4 bones out of 5. Volume 1 is a great start-off volume, sampling from Joe and Mike's eras from the Comedy Channel / Central era, with my rating of 11 out of 20 SOL bones. Well, that about does it for me. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll be back next time with Volume 2. I've been Preston E. Garrison, and I'm out of here. Honey, time to wake up. No school. Honey, wake up. The video's over.